Hey everyone, Caront here welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we went through Keterburg Bay, cleaned out a warehouse, and then we made our way to Keterburg itself, where we played some poker, threw some snowballs, ended up checking a couple of igloos for stuff, and also played a waitress game with Tyr and picked up one of her titles. In this episode, we're actually going to do what we came here to Keterburg to do, which is go talk to the governor. First off, it is worth noting, you run up here, well, we have a scene.
Wow, what a mansion! I want to marry whoever lives here.
I'm pretty sure he's still single, though he's in his 30s.
What? Don't tell me this is your house, Colonel. If it is, then I'd go ahead and settle for you.
Even if it were, I'm afraid I'd decline the offer. But the real owner might take you up on it. He likes every female he lays eyes on.
Who is it?
His Imperial Majesty Peony.
All right, my husband's gonna be loaded!
The Emperor wasn't born in the capital?
As I recall, he was run out of the capital as a child during a struggle for succession.
Yes, that's correct. This mansion is from that era.
So yeah, we've got Emperor Peony's house. However, we can't get in. Boo. We can go around the back, though, and find nothing! At least right now, anyway. So, yeah, a little bit of a tidbit there because they mentioned that this was built back as a resort, but it was also built as Peony's house. This, however, is where we want to go, which is the governor's residence. As it turns out, that governor has a little bit of a closer acquaintanceship to, well, people than you might have expected otherwise.
Jade! Oh, my brother's alive!
Brother? Seriously?
I love the reaction of everybody. It's just that little beat, and then everybody just goes, what?
Hello, Nefri. It's been a while, hasn't it? Not since your wedding, I believe.
What's going on? They said you were killed at Xeriuth.
Well, what happened is...
That's incredible. I'm just glad you're safe. We'll inspect the Tartarus. Once you're resupplied, please go see Emperor Peony. He's been very worried.
Oh? Didn't everyone think I was dead?
His Majesty was the only one who believed you were still alive. The rest of you too, please wait a bit while we prepare your ship. This is a tourist city, so I think you'll be safe here. I'll book a room at the inn for you. Please get some rest. If you don't mind, I'd like a word with you. Please come by again later, alone.
Sure. I mean, you're not a bad-looking lady. I could... Oh, wait. Sorry. All right. Oh, well, may not be the most pleasant human being. I'm not quite sure I'd put it that badly. However, one thing we do want to do while we are in here is go rifling through the governor's shelves and pick up an Alca Forte, which is another capacity core. Let's take a look at this one, shall we? Alca Forte is high agility, high physical attack, which, I wonder who I'm giving that one to. Yeah, guy. I know this is going to take away the whole enhancement stuff, but to get 3 agility and 2 physical attack, absolutely I'm putting that on you. Alright, let's move on. Basically, now all we really have to do is run back and forth and take care of story stuff, so not going to be a whole lot in the way of side tripping. I took care of all of that in the last episode. This time, it's all story, folks. So let's just go ahead and go to the hotel and see, well, see if the governor really did get us that room that she promised.
We've received word from the governor. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Oh, I forgot something at Nefri's place. I'll go get it real quick.
Shall I go with you?
Nefri's a woman, remember?
Oh, I love looking at beautiful women.
Guy is most certainly a guy. She's an older woman and married, you know.
Wait, hold on. I didn't mean it like that.
Master, I'll go with you too.
Yeah, everybody just shut up. I don't need anyone to come with me.
Alright, so, well, we get to go off here by ourselves, and you notice, yeah, you kind of snuck along for the ride. But, oh well, shouldn't be too much of a problem, should it? I hope.
I'm sorry. When I heard you were a replica, I thought I simply must tell you about my brother.
What are you talking about?
The reason why Jade created Fomicry. Even now, I still remember that day. I was careless and broke my favorite doll. My brother developed the basis for Fomicry and used it to create a copy of my doll, a replica. He was 9 years old.
Unbelievable.
Normally, you'd simply buy another doll, but my brother created a copy. I felt something abnormal in his way of thinking.
Abnormal? You don't have to put it like that.
He acts nice now, but as a child, my brother was a terror, a devil. He could use phonic arts that adults found difficult. He enjoyed killing even harmless monsters. My brother didn't understand what it meant for living things to die.
He doesn't seem that way to me.
It was Professor Nebulum who changed him. She was a healer, a seventh phonist. Jade can't use the seventh phonon, so he admired her. But a tragedy occurred. He tried to use the seventh phonon and wound up unleashing a phonic art he couldn't control. Jade's phonic art struck down Professor Nebulum and set the building on fire.
He killed her?
She was still barely alive, just laying there. My brother looked at her and had an idea. There was still time to make a replica. He could save Professor Nebulum. Jade extracted her information and created a replica. But the replica that was born was nothing more than a monster.
What happened to the real Nebulum?
She passed away. After that, my brother's talents were recognized, and he was adopted into the famous Curtis military family. I think he probably wanted a better environment for studying how to bring back the professor.
But he stopped replicating living things. Why?
That's thanks to Emperor Peony. Those two were best friends.
I see.
But honestly, I think deep down my brother still wants to resurrect Professor Nebulum.
I don't really think that's the case.
Yes, it may just be a groundless fear. But I still wanted to let you know so that you could help to keep him in check. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. Thank you for listening.
So, I presume Nefri's told you.
Told me what?
You're a naughty boy telling lies like that.
How did you know?
It doesn't matter. Though I will say for the record that I no longer desire to resurrect the professor.
Really? You're sure?
You should know the reason for that better than anyone. I want to beg Professor Nebulum's forgiveness, so that I might feel better. But replicas have no memory of the past. A replica cannot forgive me.
Jade.
I'll live the rest of my life pained by the sins of my past.
Sins? You mean killing Nebulum?
Perhaps my greatest sin was not understanding the significance of life and death.
If I had the ability to make replicas, I think I would have done the same thing.
Are you trying to cheer me up? You've somewhat missed the mark, but I appreciate the sentiment. In any case, you mustn't tell anyone of this. Understood?
All right.
That's a promise.
Thank you! The Tartarus inspection is complete. You can leave at any time. Okay, shall we head for Grand Kokma now? Yes, we must inform the Emperor as quickly as possible about the danger of St. Bina falling. Yes, first let's hurry, to Reltelro Bridge. And then we walk from there Colonel, if I get tired, carry me on your back, okay? I'm afraid not. Perhaps it's my age, but my joints ache, you see. To get to Grand Kokma, we head northeast from the bridge and then pass through Theor Forest. It's a rough trip for an old man like me. You youngsters will have to shield me and lead the way. Yeah. There's no time to waste. Let's get going, guys. Thanks for your help, Nefri. Take care. Brother, please give my regards to His Majesty. I really like the depth that those last few scenes give Jade. Because all we really knew about Jade to this point is that he was the creator of Fomicry, of cloning, basically. We never knew why. And even in that sense, you get the idea that Jade could have turned out to be somebody very, very different. You get that in the hints that Nefri gave as to his character as a child. He could have been the villain in many ways, but he was not. And what he was instead, what he ended up becoming instead, was actually, well, the Jade that we have now, which is, I think, a pretty good one. Granted, he's got a few flaws and he's more than a little sarcastic, but I think he's pretty good. With that, though, we are done with our time in Keterburg, and we do not have to come back here for a while yet. I will mention, off camera, I got everybody up to at least level 30, everybody but Natalia is level 31. I am going to go ahead and switch in my original party, because the next, especially the next boss battle that is coming up, and it will be coming up fairly soon, I want my original party fighting it, because yeah, I want to have everybody on their toes and my best people available to go after this guy. First off, let's go ahead and head back into the ship. And there actually are a couple of side things we can do before we head over to Rotelro Bridge. One of them, sadly, is all the way over, well actually they're both in the same area, so never mind, they are both in the same neck of the woods. Unfortunately, said neck of the woods is, well, back where we came from. They are the warehouses in Belkinport and in Sheridan. Now, I'm not cutting this out because, well, we're almost there already. It's not a very long trip. But I just wanted to mention what we are going to be doing. And we will do those warehouses, and then I will probably jump elsewhere in regards to travel. Because I want to, as this game expands, and as we get to go to more places and have to go to more places to do a lot of the side quest stuff, I'm going to be cutting out more and more of the travel time, because we will be in places that we've already been. There's not really much need for it. But first off, let's go ahead and talk to this gentleman here and get his warehouse out of the way. What a pain. Ha, he sounds like someone I know. Are you talking about me? Oh, I don't know. So what is it that's a pain? Explaining is a pain too. Clean up this warehouse for me. You heard him? What do you think, Luke? I say let's do it. I'll show you I'm not the same as this guy. Alright, so same deal as the rest pretty much. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, first up, let's move this block out of the way. And then go ahead, let's see. We need to push you north and then move you over this direction. And let's see, that opens up a path to this block, which we then need to, let's see. Alright, down 3. Okay, there we go. Right, 2. I had to make sure on that point. And then move it up here. Sorry, I'm looking at maps as I'm doing this, so pardon me if I'm pausing for a moment. Okay, and now, let's see, move over to this next block way the crap over here. Push you down. Then, okay. Then we need to go over and push this block here. There we go, that'll connect those. That gets us over to, let's see, box 6 is the top one, okay. Alright, this one, alright. So down 2, and then left, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pretty much just connect those so that we can pick up the treasure, which is a great pirate, which is another doll for Annis. I'll show that off in a minute. Alright, now that we've got that left, let's see, it's box... Okay, alright. Box in the bottom right corner, I believe. Yes, hello, push you over. 1, 2, 3, drop the gap. Alright, and then I expect, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured, alright. Go ahead and push you over here. 1, and let's see, 4, 5. It's actually telling us to move it around here. It's because I think if we pushed it into this other gap, I mean, it would probably work fairly well, but it's not quite going to get us the same result, which is a dark seal. I will be selling that. Alright, finally, we go back to this first box over here, just push it up to the top, and then we have our apple gel, and we're done. And for that, we get more money! Yay! Now, fortunately for us, the other warehouse that we have to go to is actually not very far away at all, which is good. It is, in fact, if we turn our camera, come on camera, camera, thank you. If we turn our camera, it is actually up here at Port Sheridan. So just drive over for about 15 seconds and we are where we find the next warehouse. There is one more that we will be doing after this, and it is coming up basically during our journey. You look like you've got some muscles. Yeah, sure, Luke's got a six-pack, although he never had left his place before he went out on his journey. Can't you do that yourself? Alright, fine. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. We know. Thank you. Okay, now this one, as you notice, is not nearly as bad. Let's see. Okay. Box 1, get you out of the way. Box 2, push up, and go ahead and grab the treasure, which is an apple gel. Alright, then, oh, this looks fun. Okay, let's see. Up 1, right 3. Alright, it is this box, so I gotta go back around. Alright, up 1, and then, let's see, wait a minute. That's not right. Okay. Well, I was looking at the wrong set. My bad. Alright. Down 1 and right 3. Well, down 1 and technically right 4, but I've got to push and pull. So, alright, over. And then, just do this. Basically, we've got to get that box over to this side here. Alright, let's see. And then, alright, yep, okay. Up 2, and then push up 1, and then pretty much just go right into the gap there to try to get all that addressed. Alright, and there we go. So cross over here, then let's see. Alright, right down, okay. Now I'm not really sure, given why they want you to actually do this with that block. We can, let's see, whoops, grab the treasure, which is the holy ring, but we still need to get this last box out of the way. So let's see, that'll take us to our final treasure here. Alright, let's see, box 1. Okay, actually, we had to go back to this box. Alright, let's see, box 1. Alright. I might actually need to push more of the boxes than this, because the idea or the goal is to try to get this one. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can move. Oh, I might actually redo this. So, me looking at these directions wrong, actually. Nope, never mind. I'm getting the wrong box. My bad. Alright, so go around here. Basically, forgive my silliness when it comes to this. And then push it up. I believe. Let's see. Yes, push it up. And then left. Alright. So yeah, never mind. I thought I had screwed it up. I had not, in fact, screwed it up. We get an all divide, which is also an awesome item. I'll show that to you in a second, too. Wow, that's a muscle man. Take my money. Thank you very much. Alright, now, some of the items that we picked up. The all divide is incredible. Reduces damage inflicted on you and your enemies by 50%. Now, you might be thinking, well, how does that help anything? It is especially helpful when you get to the super bosses that we will be dealing with. Well, super boss, singular. But the really bad battles that we will be getting into, it can be very helpful against them. Great Pirate, as I mentioned, is a doll for Annis, which unlocks Powhammer. I'm not going to be equipping it, but you can see it there. The Holy Ring restores 1% max HP. I actually am going to go ahead and put that on Luke. It drops his physical defense and agility a little bit. I don't particularly care. He needs the HP restoration more than anything else. Okay, now that that's done, I will see you guys back as we get close to Ratelro Bridge, because I'm just going to be going on the sea until then. So, see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, here we are. And if you'll remember, this is kind of where our adventure started, in a way, because we were in this area when we first kicked off the game. So let's go ahead and dock here and put ourselves back on the world map. Now, there is one more side quest thing that we can do before we get to Theor Forest, which is our next destination. Actually, there are two. There is one that is in the normal thread of conversation. There is another that we could have done much earlier, but I want to go ahead and do that now. And I want to restock, actually, while I am over here. We will need it badly. Because the boss that we are going to fight over here, which I will probably save for next time, is... oh boy, yeah, it's going to be tough, especially in hard mode. First, let's go to St. Bina and restock, and actually complete the last little bit of side quest that we did not get earlier, and hopefully restock at the gel shop while we're at it. Now, if you'll recall, we had actually burned the board with Ein and his club membership. We hadn't actually finished it yet. Hey, you've got some explaining to do. What are you mad about? Did you take care of paying the dues? The yearly dues were 1,000 gold. You only gave us 200. Really? I'm pretty sure I gave you 1,000. Anyway, where's that newsletter? Here. Hey, you've got some explaining to do. First, you give us the remaining 800 gold. I told you, I gave you all the gold. Do you even have any proof? Pay. Now. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, here you are. So we get our money back. Thank you. Here you are. Right. Thanks. But I don't need it. What are you talking about? I've made up my mind. I've outgrown being a Black Dream fan. From now on, I'm going to be your fan instead. Well, wait a minute. I'm not really... Heh, that's fun to be popular, huh, Tyr? So, Tyr's your name? That's a nice name. How old are you? What's your height? Are those your personal clothes? I'm sorry. I fell in love with her strength, but she's so cute when she blushes, too. Okay, I'm founding the Friends of Tyr fan club. Ha, there's no accounting for taste. Wow, burn. Alright, so that finishes that off. But you definitely want to make sure, if you hadn't done that already, that go ahead and do that. And you want to make sure that you restock, especially at the super secret ultra premium gel shop over here, because we will need every gel we could get. Let me talk to him. Thank you. Alright, actually, now would be a good time to buy the Melange gels. And then I'm not gonna, I don't know, I might actually get another miracle gel or two. Yeah, let's do that. Then everything else I think should be good here. Let me go ahead and restock my life bottles. I think they're cheaper here than they are elsewhere. Okay, yeah. I think that'll pretty much do it. I'll do the rest of my shopping off camera. Next time on Tales of the Abyss, we are... well, I've been sort of beating around the bush with it enough, so I'll just go ahead and spill beans. We are going to fight the second iteration of Sword Dancer, and this time, you definitely want to come prepared. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.